It's a big day. It's the weekend that was. We're going to be talking Formula One if you want that. If you watched it over the weekend, of course, there was some great rugby as well. But I think what South Africa wants to know more than anything, but before we even get into that, it's only fair that we say congratulations to Amapagania. Congratulations, a double plus number 2. I see the conversation we had here weeks ago when I was looked at to be, scathing, like, how dare you? Now is being had to say, hey, maybe they did have a really good season, but Orlando Pirates winning a double plus coming off at number 2 in the log. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to all the players. Congratulations. And I'm going to speak to Mazola about what you guys have been dragging him about, because I want to come to his defense today. Mazola said the coach is starting off on a back foot.
Yeah, well.
You know what I mean? We'll have that conversation, but no, congratulations, man. Timmy, we must. It's 14 after the hour 6. We're going to go to Victor. That's what's important. Was that penalty a legitimate penalty? Tembi Gosi Lodge, Victor Letswalo. Victor is listening to the radio right now because he wants to hear from Victor. He's not the only one. Every coach is listening right now. The only man that's going to sort it out. He's going to finish it. He's going to do it here, and later on in Soccer Zone, he will show it as well. He will go through it and show it as well. Sports are amplified with Andile. It's the 3 wise men on a Monday. Mazola Molefe is here. Good weekend?
Good weekend.
You were at the stadium.
I was at the stadium. Saw it firsthand, that controversial moment that Davik has been trending about, and I was almost tempted to take a video right there and then of him explaining, but I said no.
I called him on Saturday as well.
We must save it for Monday.
His phone was the busiest phone this weekend, because what we've done here is not only have a journalist that is renowned and the current best journalist in football in South Africa, but we've got one of the best as well. We've made a team that consists of people that you can trust when it comes to the information coming from them. Mazola is going to be giving us what Dr. Patrice Motsepe, the president of CAF, was angry about, raising his voice, something that is foreign to Dr. Patrice Motsepe, the president of CAF, but we'll get to that in a bit. You didn't get a chance to greet properly, man. Go Katile Mole Tavik.
Reperile Andile Nkululeko Ncube.
Yes.
Elaba kwaziyo yina ekudibako.
Yeah. Manteba.
Ufukile.
Mfukile. I woke up today with you in mind. I can imagine you had a busy Sunday.
Yeah, my phone was ringing non-stop for clarification of the loss of the game. But here we are today to finish it up here.
We're not taking any other one. We're taking just that one. And at 6:45, as per usual, we're taking your calls. You can question him. You can ask him every single question. We're going to break that moment down of the penalty into 4 different talking points. 4 different talking points is how we're going to break it down to come to the conclusion. Even I don't know.
Yeah.
Whether Davik thinks it's a penalty or not.
Yeah.
Or not thinks. Whether his experience, his knowledge of the game says it was a penalty or not. Have you had a word with the referees, the assistants on the day?
I went to the dressing room to congratulate them on a job well done. And I also want to congratulate them again, especially the referee of the year, Bambisa Masikole. Well done, Mfanawam. Ukamukhelo Ramutsindela, assistant referee of the year. How we have woman.
All right, there we go. So we're going to be speaking to him in just a bit. But right now, though, let's start with what you love to know, the Nedbank Cup. Congratulations to Mapagania. A double this season, 20 after the hour 6, and of course some wins as well at the PSL Awards. If you want to jump in on that one there, you may do so, but we got big stories here that we're chasing that we want you to be a part of. Let's start with Mazola Molefe. Mazola, there was a lot going on, but before I come to you, Jose Riviero, I know, man, let's can this. Let's go to what you've got. Let's go to what you've got. Yeah. It's something we're talking about. Then we're going to go to Patrice Motsepe as well. But Mangoba Mngqithi and Sundowns, what's going on?
You know, we always say that three not always so wise men.
Yeah.
You know, I was a couple of months ago, I was on the show saying my prediction is that Mangoba Mngqithi is going to leave Sundowns at the end of the season. But his agent has come out to clarify that, in fact, his contract expires in June 2024. And as things stands right now, the coach has got a desire and he's got a full intention of seeing out the remainder of his contract. You know, a lot has been said about the relationship between the two coaches following the changes in the technical team, where Coach Mangoba, for a lack of a better word, was demoted to being a senior coach instead of sharing the co-coaching role with Hlungwani Mokwena. Now Hlungwani Mokwena is the sole head coach. And a lot of people, even other media outlets, were reporting that June 30 this year, Mangoba Mngqithi would be leaving. He's already been linked to Kaizer Chiefs. He was linked with a return to Usutu, but his agent says there's no official approach from any PSL rival. And as far as he knows, unless the coach sits down with him to discuss a way forward out of Kloorkop, as things stand, he is going to be still a coach alongside Hlungwani Mokwena.
So Mangoba Mngqithi is staying calm, staying put at Sundowns. Future doesn't suggest that he's going anywhere. That's the confirmation.
That's a confirmation from his agent that he's not moving an inch. And then we've got another Orlando Pirates story. Remember, just to track back a little bit on this Sundown story, Hlungwani Mokwena is also still in negotiations with Sundowns over a new contract as the sole head coach now. And last week, we spoke to him. Last week at that Sundowns event where he told the media that he's not going anywhere. We can best be assured.
And Ncube has come out as well to saying they're going to try all the best to secure him. And the chairman has
come out, said, brilliant coach, there's no way we're letting him go. So let's see how that plays out in the coming months before the new season kicks off in August.
Speaking of contracts, Chukamanja?
Speaking of contracts, Terence Chukamanja, also the same agent as Coach Mangoba Mngqithi, because I was having an interview with Mike Makab out at Pro Sport International. He also represents the Pirates striker. And in January, I had broke the story where he told me that Terence would be looking to leave Pirates because at that time he'd only played a single game. Imagine in January, Terence had only played once. Fast forward, they bring in Scott Chickelday. We had Scott Chickelday on the show where he was explaining his relationship with the Pirates strikers, and he singled out Terence as a hard-working player who could potentially lead the line, and that did happen. Subsequent to that, he scored 8 goals in 18 games, one of them being the winner in the Nedbank Cup over the weekend against Kukune. He's now officially going to begin talks with Orlando Pirates to stay on. The agent says it's unlikely that Terence would leave the club, but stranger things have happened. Maybe if they don't find each other, Terence could be a free agent, but it doesn't look that way at the moment.
Well, congratulations, to Orlando Pirates Chukamanja if they're able to sustain that relationship after the successful season that they've had. What else do you have?
We also had a story on Amazulu flirting and with the risk of flirting with a potential FIFA ban by not paying their former coach Joseph Vukusic, who after 3 months was sacked on the back of signing a 3-year contract. So he went to FIFA, wanted compensation for being unfairly dismissed, and FIFA did agree that he was unfairly dismissed and he should be paid out, but the coach was not happy with the settlement that was proposed. So he went all the way to the Court of Arbitration for Sport for a bigger amount. And what did CAS do? CAS ordered Amazulu to pay, in fact, a larger amount, and Amazulu were given 30 days. We can confirm today, having spoken to the coach's lawyer and representative, that Amazulu have avoided this potential risk of being banned by settling the full amount, and the coach was happy with the process. So Amazulu, Andile Zungu, the chairman there, has dodged a bullet, and they can go about their business now looking for a new coach. In fact, look out for sabcsport.com. Tomorrow I will have a story on a European coach that's been offered to Amazulu. But as to what Sandile Zungu does with that offer is up to him. We will break it down tomorrow.
25 after the hour 6. It's the 3 wise men. But hey, we're not always so wise here on the mighty Metro FM. It's Sports that are amplified with Andile. Before we go into Dr. Patrice Motsepe, because there's clips that we need to play, right? Yeah. Of him speaking and not being happy. This is the president of CAF. Not very happy, and it's not often. I can't actually remember a time when we've had him being as he is now. Let's go to you. Why is it that you were trending? What did you say about the Orlando Pirates coach beginning of the season?
When the coach was announced in June last year, my opinion was that he's already on the back foot. Given his CV, he had not worked for a while, for at least a year. The coach had been unemployed. And given the track record of European coaches that have come to Orlando Pirates, they've not lasted very long. I mean, I think Ruud Krol is the exception with a 3-year contract that he saw out, and only in his final season was able to win the treble. And then subsequent to that, he left the club. We've had Jonavret, we've had Joseph Zinbauer, Micho. Give or take, you could say maybe successful, but there was no trophy. Micho also left. So there's never been a good record in recent years with Orlando Pirates and foreign coaches. And now when they've hired someone who had not worked for a while, and his CV, this is a fact, was questionable. So I tweeted that the coach is unknown and he's starting on the back foot. And people are saying he's been serving me humble pie. I don't believe that's the case. Even if the coach were to win a treble or 4 trophies, 10 trophies, it does not change the fact that when he arrived at Orlando Pirates, he had not worked for a year. It's a fact. It doesn't change. My job is to... people were asking, who is this guy? My job as a journalist was to go find out who is Jose Riviero. And I gave them the information. What they do with it is up to them. But now that he's winning trophies, it's like he said, what humble pie is he serving me? Not serving me humble pie.
Well, there it is. We're about to get into it now. President of CAF, President Patrice Motsepe, had a lot to say. But before that, remember, if you want to support Banyana Banyana live in New Zealand, Sasol is offering its rewards members a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win VIP experience in New Zealand. To support the team, simply fill up 500 rands or more and swipe your Sasol rewards card at any participating Sasol convenience center nationwide to get an entry into the draw. Enter as many times as you can. Competition closes on the 30th of May 2023. Prizes include flights and accommodation, as well as match day tickets for 2 group matches. T's and C's apply. Visit www.sasol.com for more information. Dr. Patrice Motsepe was not happy. Let's play you the clips and then give you the context. Here's the first one.
Whatever SAFA does at SAFA, they've got the right to do that. But my advisor, who's Danny Jordan, should really provide leadership so that whatever things there are which people use to show disunity in COSAFA, we don't do that. It doesn't go to the media. We come together and we discuss and we resolve them. Because at the end of the day, COSAFA succeeds because every member succeeds. SAFA succeeds because all of us succeed. So I was extremely, not just disappointed, I was very angry. Very, very angry. I don't want to see those things.
That's Dr. Patrice Motsepe there speaking on SAFA, the president of CAF. He went on to speak about the disappointment, that he's not angry, but he's a little disappointed. Have a listen.
At times we've got to talk about the difficult things and we've got to talk about the areas where there's a need for improvement. That's why I was saying that the way that I read in the papers, in the newspapers, and on media, that there's a disagreement between SAFA and COSAFA, that should never happen. Any disagreement you discuss privately and you resolve it. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
He went on to speak a little bit further on the relationship between SAFA and COSAFA.
I mean, Danny Jordan is not just president of SAFA. He's my advisor. And it should never happen. He should have provided leadership to tell his people, don't go public. You don't do that.
That is scathing on the president of SAFA.
Big time, big time.
Sure.
Can I give context?
Yeah, please.
A few weeks ago, maybe about a month, SAFA, ahead of their SAFA Congress, Tebogo Mohlante, at the time the CEO, before he quit, he went to the media to explain that COSAFA have been hosting competitions in South Africa the past 2 years. In fact, this year is COSAFA's final year of their contract with eThekwini and Gqeberha with regards to the COSAFA, both senior women and senior men's tournaments. And SAFA are saying, when we are going to eThekwini, for instance, and we are saying we want to, for instance, host the playoffs here or ABC Motsepe League matches here, they're saying they cannot sponsor us because they've already committed to COSAFA. In essence, SAFA were crying foul to say, COSAFA is taking money out of our pockets, by, beating us to the punch, as it were. So instead of hosting tournaments in South Africa, they should look elsewhere on the continent, because COSAFA, yes, their head offices are in South Africa, but also they are within the region. They can go to Namibia, they can go to Botswana, Lesotho and elsewhere in the COSAFA region. So there's been a dispute between these two associations with regards to the hosting of tournaments over the last 2 or 3 years or so. So Patrice Motsepe finally
says Danny Jordan must provide leadership.
At the AGM last week, Friday, he came out guns blazing with regards to this matter, because he's the head of all these federations put together out at CAF in Cairo. So I'm happy that he spoke out on this, because we cannot have fellow mother bodies.
Dr. Danny Jordan can't be happy this has been put out there like this.
No, it can't be. And I understand what Dr. Patrice Motsepe is saying as well. This could have been handled better, because COSAFA also issued a statement of their own, which, the way it was worded sounded like they were also a bit miffed. And I understand that a meeting did take place earlier last month, and as such, there will be the COSAFA Cup in eThekwini and another one in Gqeberha later this year. And my understanding is that those will be the final COSAFA tournaments with regard to this specific 3-year contract that was signed with the two municipalities. As to what happens moving forward, as the doctor says there, perhaps handle it privately behind closed doors and not play to the gallery.
Let's take a break. When we come back, he's ready. He's got his notes in front of him. If you are watching us on Facebook, you'll be able to see Davik has got his book open in front of him. He's got his notes in front of him. We'll be going straight to him. Orlando Pirates, they the winners. We've congratulated them. We played the song and we're happy for Amapagania. But that moment, should it have been given as a penalty? Was it a rightful penalty or not? All right, that moment has arrived, because we're taking your calls at 18:45. We need to go this now. Davik, it was a big one. It was a big moment. You saw it from the stadium first. You went home and you've had many a times of looking at that incident. I'm going to hand over to you. We call him the principal. He's part of us, the three not so wise men, not always so wise men. Victor Hlungwani.
Yeah, let's go straight into the law. Let me start with the law first, because every decision that is taken on the field of play is guided by the law, not by feelings, not by emotions, but by the FIFA laws of the game. I always say the laws of the game are easy to understand, but they are made difficult by the players, the coaches, the administrators, the media, and sometimes referees themselves. But let's go to law. Right, law number 12, page 98. It's talk about handling the ball. It says, not every touch of a player's hand or arm with the ball is an offense. Right, let's go further. It says, it is an offense if a player deliberately touches the ball with their hand or arm. For example, moving the hand or arm towards the ball. That's in simple language. We say ball to hand.
Okay.
So ball to hand is not an offense, but hand to the ball, it's an offense. If we look at that situation on the Saturday, we saw Litswalo falling down after he collided with Jukamanja. Jukamanja played the ball. Litswalo came from nowhere. He fell somewhere there inside the penalty area. After falling, Lodge had the ball. He went this way. He came this way, close to Litswalo. Litswalo kicked the ball first. When he kicked the ball, he followed with the hand. From where it was, the hand was in a natural position, correctly positioned. Now he moved his hand to the ball. He used his fingertips to touch the ball. What does the law say? The law says if a player deliberately touches the ball with their hand, for example, moving their hands towards the ball. Did he do that? Yes. The assistant referee flagged to tell the referee, hey, I saw a hand moving towards the ball. I saw a touch of the fingertips with the ball. The referee agreed and awarded a penalty. So correct decision by the referees to award a penalty.
I've got questions.
Yes.
I've got questions. The first question is, the assistant, the near assistant, raises his flag before the handball moment. It looked like he was raising his hand for the foul on Litswalo.
No, there was no foul on Litswalo.
So why did he raise his flag before the handball?
No. He raised the flag after seeing Litswalo touching the ball.
There's a flag that is raised before that.
No, we'll take that to soccer zone. But now I spoke to the referee himself at the end of the match, and then I saw the flag myself, that the flag is raised to indicate that the Litswalo handled the ball. So the flag there is when Litswalo handled the ball, the flag came out. So correct decision. The other thing we can add is we saw a Lodge on the third part. the step 1, step 2, step 3. Step number 3, we saw Lodge trying to kick the ball towards Litswalo. If he kicks the ball to Litswalo and it hits the hand, that cannot be a handball because it's ball to the hand. So the law is clear on that one. So at the end of the day, the ball went to the hand, or the hand went to the ball, correct decision was taken, and we are happy. Not even happy, we are very happy.
No, Tavik, I'm not, because I'm convinced that there's a flag that goes up, and I'm just looking at the video here in front of me to try and see the times here. There's a flag that goes up before the moment.
Yeah, I would have to see it again because I don't remember a flag, man.
There was no flag? There was a flag that goes up.
No, the flag went up when the offense was committed, Andile.
Yes.
So what you're saying is all it was is it was a correspondence to say, I agree with you, referee. I'm also seeing the hand.
Exactly. So both of them agreed on this one. Wabon, 2 referees, highly experienced.
So the foul on Victor Letswalo by Jukamanja was not a foul?
There was no foul. What foul? Because Jukamanja kicked the ball there.
No, but I mean, talking about before he kicks the ball when he's on the ground, the foul happens.
Remember,
When he goes on the ground.
Remember, Jukamanja dribbled 2 players, and then he passed the ball. So what is the foul? How can you foul somebody if he's playing the ball? He's the one who played the ball there. He dribbled 2. He got into the penalty area. Litswalo came running from nowhere. I don't know, from Sikukune he came, and then
There was a moment because I watched the replay a few times.
Yes.
But it depends on the angle. At some point, it looked like Litswalo was trying to pull his hand away from Lodge kicking the ball towards his hand. But in another angle, you see that he's become his own referee to say, I've been fouled, so I'm grabbing the ball. It should be a foul in Skukune's favor. I guess that's what you mean, that it's the ball to the hand, or the hand to the ball, rather.
You see, his hand was correctly in the natural position.
And
I saw it.
He moved it.
When he first by kicking the ball, he kicked the ball.
He did?
Yes. After kicking the ball, he realized, hey, Lodge, Nangu Lodge. And then he took his hand.
Lodge kicks him because he kicks the ball and then Lodge kicks the under of his boot.
Yes. But the fact is, he kicked the ball on the ground, which he was not supposed to. But
why not? He can't kick the ball?
No. The referee will have to check if there's dangerous play or not. So the referee deemed it as not dangerous play. Then,
so he was within his rights to kick the ball.
It was within his right to kick the ball because there was no danger there. Now, when he sees Lodge wanting to play the ball, he took his hand towards the ball. So that's where the problem is.
So the influence of Lodge kicking the ball towards the hand after Victor had reached out for it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What is important is the hand moving towards the ball. That's a critical moment when you evaluate this situation. You cannot evaluate any other things. We evaluate what is not allowed by law. What is not allowed by law is for his hand to move towards the ball. Finish.
Let's take a break. I know there's a lot of you that have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions too, and I know you've watched it and slowed it down.
I slowed it down. I watched it a few times, and I'm in agreement with the ref. Penalty, in his own words, correct decision.
So correct decision that it's a penalty.
Anywhere in England, Europe,
even VAR will say penalty.
Even VAR will call the referee and say, why don't you give this one? Because there was a deliberate movement. The key word is also deliberate, because it was done deliberately.
And
so.
he does. Victor does move his hand deliberately.
He does move his hand. You can't question that. He moves it. And then also, the thing is, you say fingertip. Does he really touch the ball?
He touches the ball.
He touched the ball, yes.
He touches the ball.
Yeah.
Victor touches the ball.
He touched the ball with his fingertips.
Let's take a break. In exactly 5 minutes, we're taking your calls here on the Mighty Metro FM. Here they are. You can go with them. There's been the PSL Awards that happened over the weekend. Some big winners there. Sundowns, Orlando Pirates. Hey, Stellenbosch. Yeah? They had some great ones. And also coach of the season. A lot of people had 2 people pegged for that one.
The people, I mean, this weekend was rough for me on social media because I don't know. People think I'm the one who decides these things. I am not. I put on Twitter, I put the criteria there. And
the criteria is for the coach, yeah?
It's the DSTV Premiership Coach of the Season. Yes, Jose Ribeiro has had an unbelievable season. 2 cups finishing.
So what you're saying is it doesn't consider the cups.
He does not qualify. It does not consider the cups.
So it's just the 30 games.
It's just the 30 games in the league, and he finished runners up behind Sundowns and Coach.
But many will say Benny McCarthy won it and he hadn't won the league.
Good argument.
You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No. Good, fair argument. But people are on my case with regards to. Oh, there's the coach.
Makai Magaphinde criteria. Uthi Mazola uthi
The coach is just
only the
outside.
30
The
games.
coach is just outside.
The coach says Mazola is a Sundown supporter. The coach was in review is out there. Okay, cool. We're going to have the coach here. We're busy having conversations with the coach. He is here for Orlando Pirates. We're not going to talk to him at the moment, though. We're talking and discussing the penalty. He pointed out at Mazola and he says, well, now you're a Sundown supporter. Let's take a break. The Sports that Amplified with Andile. We've just had Victor Hlungwani, and I'm going to allow him once again just to explain it a little bit more in the detail that he did so you get it, give us a compact version of it. The incident happens. It happens in 4 stages. There's a linesman, an assistant to the referee,
Yes.
Mdala, who raises the flag. There's Victor Letsoalo, who goes down to the ground. So we need to first establish Victor Letsoalo going to ground. Was that a foul?
There was no foul. And if
And
you
the
check,
referee, in your view, was perfectly positioned to see that.
Exactly. If
Okay.
you check, he fell down for some few minutes. And when the penalty was given, the man was up. No doctors.
Yeah,
were
but I mean, I
called
don't have
to
to. I don't have to be hurt for it to be a foul.
But if you sleep for a long time, you are saying I need attention.
No, I disagree.
No, if you sleep,
You don't have to have broken anything for it to be a
No,
foul.
no,
But
Now-
he was on the floor for quite a bit.
he's sleeping in the wrong area, in the penalty area. He's even closing offside. So if he knows the loss of the game, that sleep for me to sleep here, and it means I'm seriously injured. If I'm slightly injured, I must stand up because I'm blocking offside. If the ball can be cleared, the assistant referee won't move because he has to be in line with him.
Okay, so you're saying that was not a foul.
There was no foul
Game plays on. You're saying the flag that was raised because
of the hand moving towards the ball, and
not because of the foul.
not because of the foul.
Okay,
yes.
of the hand moving to the ball. You're saying that both the assistant and the referee saw that, and they were both in agreement to say this, and then fine. The next one, he's on the ground. He kicks the ball.
He kicks
Nothing
the ball.
wrong there.
Nothing wrong there. And then he took his hand deliberately, so moving it towards the ball. And then he touched the ball with his fingertips.
And we're sure there was a touch.
With that 100%. I had to rewind it several times to ensure that, hey, kune-touch la, and then ngayibona ukuthi ngempela ikhona i-touch.
I'm in agreement.
All right, to 6:45. We're keeping our promise today. We're going to start with some of your voice notes and then go straight through it. There's a lot to talk about, from the awards down to what President Patrice Motsepe had to say. We heard what Dr. Evan Khoza had to say, top of the show as well, chairman of the Premier Soccer League. As far as Sundowns getting stars on their jersey is concerned, congratulations to them as well. I think it's well deserved. It's about time that we equal international trends. I mean, you see when you play in Alakli and you see an array of stars on their jersey to show their accomplishment. There's something scary about that. There's like a threat that goes towards that as well. So let's go straight to it. Take a couple of voice notes and then straight to the calls. Malcolm, let's hear ukuthi bathini.
Shoma kumnandi. Iphakane yalulile. Mina ngiyinkosi. Mara mina ngithi iphakane angizolibulala kule season engiza kuyo. Ngiphethe atazwana ungadlali ngama. Ngizobabulala. Babheke.
Hey, Andile. Surprise here, man. I want to agree with you. I also saw the flag, man, before that incident of a penalty. Yeah, there was a flag. There was a flag. I don't know why the linesman put up that flag, but there was a flag before that penalty. But thanks, man. Lovely show, man. Thanks.
Andile, Jimmy Maga the busy corner of Motsepe. Tavik, Mazola bona ne, the referee will let Mergo mobile. Players should know who rebona. As one of a controlling game. Langsmene, le referee. Give one of a controlling game. That's a penalty. Skukuni, Sechilwe, Jimmy Maga the busy corner of Motsepe. Referee refika, referee so samanyunyu, so soksaseka.
Jimmy Maro.
Jimmy Wibele.
I don't know yet.
Good evening.
Because I want to go soccer.
I just want to comment about the controversial penalty. That was a penalty. At first, when I was watching the game, I thought there's no way that is not a penalty. But when I watched the replay, I was like, it is a penalty.
Hey,
So
Pela Max
good job by
Maponyane
the referees.
went all out
Always
on that
hard
one.
on them, but yeah, good job for them. And yeah, I agree with the coach there. Mazola Molefe Sandawana. Congratulations to Orlando Pirates. And
from
thank you. From Lusandawana to another Lusandawana. Let's go to the calls now. Major is on the line from Soweto. Major. Shapuzit. One
No, I'm Kihotofeti now. Whatever I think you know what it means.
Osetis, boy, or sharp.
Sharp.
So you agree with Victor? You think what Victor? I mean, you don't have. We know Victor. We trust Victor 100%.
I wholeheartedly agree with him.
Huh, okay. Thank you very much, Mazola. Let's go to David. David is out. David. Oh, did we just lose David there? Terribly sorry for that one. Timmy, who do we have next? Oh, the line seems to be playing, the thing they do here. It's 086 000 2160. Zulu nganaqala out to Tewini. Zulu.
Hey, Lepara.
Hey, Lepara Shapo. Kodwa ke noma uyibhakaniwe umuntu webhola oqala ipenalty na
ngisho ngezile ipenalty le ngizokutshela wona uLetswalo there was uJukamanje the Lord the unshakable the unmovable one uDribble uKadoso then uLetswalo came out from Norway uyafika lapha uyakhetha yena uyaba maqeda lapho uLotha receive ibhola manje nalo Lothi ulele lo uKadoso semva wakhe uLetswalo. And we're going to be like Steve because we have boxes. Because Steve is all upon. And I have to remind you of it. To be unshakable. I mean, the ball is called left. I'm afraid I'm not to hit.
Zulu, your line not so great today, but I hear what you're saying. Thank you so much. Nobody's speaking about Kamu Hello Mugojo. I saw Kamu be a beast this past weekend. It's 6:51 on the Mighty Metro FM. Listen, once it's been said here and confirmed in Soccer Zone a little bit later on, there is no need to go anywhere else for confirmation. And what we're saying, backing our very own Victor, that the other Victor was wrong.
Yeah,
it is a penalty.
In fact, I've also had some colleagues of mine who were right next to the assistant referee when the incident happened. The flag was raised for the penalty and not before.
So, Vic, let me just ask you a couple of questions that are coming from Twitter here. Tseho Bosocha at 007 Tsepo says, Tsepo says, we know the game, oh no, this is for me. We know the game was personal to you, but that was a penalty. Live with it, Andile. They'll try again next year. Of course, my brother plays for Sikukune, but I am living with it. And I agree with you. I do think it was a penalty. I tweeted that on the day as well. So James Moyana says, just for context, what's the natural position of the hands when a player is down?
I can only show him on Soccer Zone.
Okay.
Because
and I want you to
but I will also indicate to him just to give some clarity. Munyana handled the ball as he was jumping. So when a player jumps, there's a natural position of a jumping player. So the ball hit Munyana in that natural position, and the penalty was not given. Leona correct decision.
So there's a natural position for when you're lying down as well.
When you are lying down.
He was lying down, so that's the natural position.
The good thing is he put his hand on the body. That was very good.
So is that the natural position?
He deliberately.
No, he put his hand on the body first before he could move it to the ball. So that was good.
But what's the natural position if I'm down?
If you are down, I will check what makes you fall. But there, I don't know what makes him fall.
What's the natural position if I'm down?
There must be an action at that particular time for us to determine, no, this is natural by this action.
No, let's not try bury the principal here. I watched it. Maybe he watched it more than me, but I watched it a few times. Letsoalo deliberately
moves his hands to the ball.
Towards
he
the
does.
ball.
And here's another one. Can you ask Victor? This is from Muzolani Fumza. That is it not an offense to kick a ball towards an injured player?
Was he injured?
Was he injured?
But the referee, there cannot be the determination of that. He doesn't know.
No, so that's why
at the moment when Lodge kicked the ball, he didn't know that.
That's why the referee allowed play to continue because the player was.
But is it not an offense to hit the player with the ball?
There's no offense. So if he's sleeping on the way, he's sleeping in the wrong area. He's sleeping on the way of someone wanting to move. But
he's crying at the wrong funeral.
Let's go to Brian Makuya. He's out in I think Hamakuya. Brian.
Yes, Andile.
Hey, talk to them. They're here, man. Naban Truth.
I want to agree with what you mean, Mr. Victor Litswalo, Mr. Tidia Pitan.
I also saw the flag before.
So nerbona flag if you're
So I'm afraid that you might have seen the flag and decided to take the ball. But maybe on a soccer zone, you should.
No, tonight.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tonight. Let's definitely do it. Let's go to David. David.
Exactly. So otherwise, if there was no flag, that is the penalty.
Cool.
Penalty.
Brian, we'll do it when we can see it on Soccer Zone a little bit later on as well for that particular instance there. Let's go to David. David is out at Guruleni. David.
Good evening, the weekend that was.
Hey.
That was.
Hey, the three wise men are here. Talk to me.
Yes, I'm calling from Nokem Park, West Gamma R.
Ah, Nje. Nokem Park High. Shout out. What's up?
Yes. Let me start by saying the incident. Okay, I was at the pitch. When I was at the pitch, I thought it was controversial, but when I checked and slides, the hand was towards
you were happy. You were happy.
Is correct there. Okay, let me come to the incident. The incident at the stadium. I want to thank the coordination that was done by Houtrain and stakeholders of Nedbank and PSL. That was excellent. I've never had such
100%, yeah.
Because I left my car at Nokem Park, I just used Houtrain from Rosefield, and then the connection up to it was flawless. It was
well done to the Premier Panyaza and his team, yeah.
Yeah. I want to touch a bit of
very quickly, David. Go for it.
The SAFA incident of 18 teams is a flop, and I want to also people must also think of there is no quantity that can replace quality, and we must look at the awards. These awards are controversial, but let's forget everything. Come back to the final point. The plumber made people eat humble pie, whether it's arrogant or what. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. Let's go to Kenneth. Kenneth, Kenneth.
Man, if football of the season, no, I don't understand. Man. Maybe selling over too much, then was a move hotel. How?
So what do you mean the football of the season?
Yeah, he deserves that guy. I think he's the football of the season.
Man.
Even in the studio.
So you think Saleng deserves football of the season?
Come on. That one is given, man. Come on. We don't even negotiate that one.
But do you know how football of the season is chosen?
They check all the competition in the PSL.
Yeah.
League, MTN, Nedbank.
Okay, have a listen to this. Mazola, how's football of the season picked?
It's picked by the coaches.
Yeah, it's picked by the coaches.
So then, I mean, usukela Kevin. I mean, Kevin ukumutomo wani.
Gavin
That's one of 16.
Kenneth out in Valley, thank you very much. That's just one of 16. Let's go to Kwanongoma. Let's go to Sakwazulu Mbela. Makosonke. Sikhona somqemane khuluma.
Cha, ngifuna ukuphola indaba yepenalty. Lapha kuyipenalty is a clear penalty. Ngicabanga ukuthi uLitswalo ufene break igame ingakapheli wakhohle ku-first half.
So ayikhulumisi.
And then yena wa celebrate ngokuthi uhamba phambili. Lapha nje uyiwele mayesuka yena uyena odlalisa isandla ocinga ibhola phela ngakhona.
So where are all these people that were questioning the penalty?
Yeah, they are quiet now because they
went
to go watch it again because.
All right, let's go. Sorry,
Yeah, so nje yena kahle kahle isikhukhula emehlana ephansi siluze because of yena.
All right. Yo, that's a tough one though, Makosonke. Thank you very much. Let's go to Dumelo. Oh, Dumelo. I think we've just lost you there. Lisibe.
Hey, the weekend that was. How are you?
Hey, man, the three wise men. Hey. They're not always so wise, but they're here. Talk to me.
Hey,
no, I'm not going to fight that time.
I know. We silenced you.
Humble pie, Lisibe.
Now, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm still not convinced that Letswalo touched the ball in any case. But to help you out, Tatana, he collided with one of the Paris players, so he was in pain. He was in pain and he was lying down. So what? In first instance, I thought Lodge kicked the ball towards his hand. So that's why I didn't. To be honest with you, I thought it was not a penalty. But I'm still not convinced that he touched the ball. Yes, his hand was towards the ball, but I'm not sure if he touched the ball or not.
He definitely touched it with his finger.
Go watch it, Lisibe. Kabelo GP, you're the last one. Talk to us. We're going to hand over now to Faith. She's been here all day. She didn't come to her, so she's going to be on the way now. Kabelo.
Yes, my brother, how far now?
Hey, how far?
My brother, I'm not happy, but let me not cut it short. We remember what Pirate did to us at Kaizer Chiefs. The semi-final, the Marco that is talking too much now. He hit the ball with the hand when we are playing derby. They did not offer the penalty. Now, somebody is lying on the ground. He gets feet. You know when somebody gets feet? You don't know whether they should go attend to him. He kicked the ball to him. But we say to them, their turn will come. That guy gets feet. That guy gets feet. He's lying there. Even when the hand, you know when somebody gets feet, the hand is stretching. So he was not touching the ball. It's how the feet are doing. But they just kick the ball to him.
SABC 1 this evening.
Exactly.
SABC 1, Kabelo. Please do watch it this evening.
I will watch it, but next time if I ever hear any pirate talking about Chiefs benefiting from the penalty, I'll deal with them. We are going to do game. You are going to score 3 penalties.
So it's 2 after the hour 7. We've got to get out of here. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. We'll do it again tomorrow between 6 and 7 on the Mighty Metro FM. Davik, what time on Soccer Zone?
Singena 22.
That's a bit call time here high this guy.
And then Singena 8 o'clock, yeah. 8
o'clock.
That's a bit call time here high this
20
guy.
hours then.
No, Davik, no.
Must review his contract. That's a call time in this guy.
10 o'clock, do you catch us?
Something. Uchi lines what?
Linesman. It's not a linesman anymore. What is it?
Yeah, assistant referee.
There you go. We've got to get out of here. We've taken enough of Faith time from all of us here, the 3 wise men, of course, the camera crew, as well as everybody that puts the show together. We'll do it again tomorrow. I hear Coach Jose Rivera is going to be here for the hour. That should be interesting. Pela. Oh, me.
Is he bringing humble pie?